Hello! Welcome to the camera world. The world where somehow you live in a camera. I'm sorry, this is weird start. It is Friday. Today, the 25th of September. So I haven't made any videos in almost a month. Because nothing really exciting has been happening. And it's not to say that I haven't been busy, because I've been very busy. It's just like nothing that people would be interested in seeing, I think, in real life. So let's do a quick recap of most of this month. Early on in the year, in the month, I got a translation commission. Yay, work. On, I think it was like the first Monday of September. And then the Wednesday of that week, so literally 2 days later, I got an offer to teach a master's level class at a Paris university. Oh my god. And I was kind of, I initially talked to the coordinator just to like get some information, not necessarily saying if I wanted or was interested in doing it. Because I've had issues with universities in the past with my visa status. I'm technically here on a freelancer status, more or less, and there are some universities that have a hard time processing that with their like HR departments. They get a little finicky about the paperwork or something, and so I've had like a couple jobs fall through because my papers didn't line up with what they were willing to accept, even though like I'm a perfectly legal worker here. I don't know. France, bureaucracy, let's not. But this university seemed to be able to do it, and so I signed on, and so far I have taught 2 classes with them. It is an 8:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. class. It's a 3-hour class with a 15-hour break with master's students about current events. So I have to teach them how to write in a certain style, how to interpret, how to debate, how to discuss, all of that. And the good news is they're master students, so they're generally pretty strong in English already, as in they've studied basic vocab and grammar. So whatever we do now is going to be more targeted, more specific to this particular group. They're also economics students, so whatever I teach them, I have to make sure that there's an economic angle to it, which is not my forte at all, so it's been a real challenge to like choose materials that have some sort of economic impact. Thankfully, most things have an economic impact if you dig enough. So that's what I'm actually going to be doing later today, is starting to lesson plan for that, because I've got the weekend to come up with some stuff. I also got a new fitness watch. My other one just didn't count my steps accurately. Like my phone would say I've walked 7,000, and my watch would say I'd walked 4,000, and I was getting really irritated with that. So I bit the bullet and I got a Fitbit. I bit the Fitbit bullet. I bit the bit bullet. Bit the bit bullet. Does that? No. Okay. And so far I like it. Although I have to take it off when I teach at AOA, because I do a lot of like hand movements and all that, and I'm not wearing this hand all around, because if my hand is moving a lot, it registers this as a step, and then it inflates. So I can be like sitting for an hour, and then my step will have gone up like 2,000, and that's inaccurate. But I like having it on my wrist, because when I'm at work, I go up and down a set of stairs a lot, like maybe 20 times in a few hours sometimes, and I don't always have my phone with me, or my phone is sometimes charging, and so then I don't get an accurate count, so having it on me gives me a more accurate count. Yeah. What else is happening this month? I'm doing a wine tasting, a virtual wine tasting tomorrow with my parents and my Aunt Catherine and her partner Bobby. Hey Bobby, I know you watch. I think Catherine works with someone who, I think he's a musician primarily, but he also does like wine pairings, wine tastings, and wine pairing recommendations on the side. He's got like a little side hustle. So he's coordinating a thing, and he sent us a list of 3 kinds of wine that are available in New York, Minneapolis, and Paris. He did apparently a lot of cross-referencing. And then a bunch of like foods to get that will pair with it. And I have no idea how this is actually going to work, but I'm going to have to go and buy a bunch of wine and some food. I mean, I'm not too angry about that. It's going to be a funny experience. But the rest of this weekend is going to be a little bit crazy because, and here's the big headline for this period of September, Paris's COVID cases are really ramping up again. Everybody knew this was going to happen after people come back from vacation. It's called, the beginning of September in France is called La Rentrée, which is like back to school, but like times 10. Because it's not only school, it's like everybody who went on vacation in August, and that's most people, are coming back to work. Publications are starting to run again. Stores are running all these promotional offers. Like, it's huge. La Rentrée is like the first couple of weeks of September. It's massive. And people are running around and doing all of these things that they haven't done for like a month or a month and a half. And naturally, COVID just starting to make itself known again. So, yeah, cases are going up, and it's not quite to the danger level that it was in March, but there's a possibility that it'll get back to that point. So, yesterday, I believe, or the day before, the government decided that they had to take a further step in preventing the spread of COVID. So, for now, restaurants and bars, definitely bars, probably restaurants, because I'm not sure if they would be able to make the distinction between them sometimes. They often serve restaurants are often also bars. Well, those establishments now have to close at 10 p.m. It was midnight or 11 p.m. Now they have to close earlier. What else? Gyms have to close completely again, 100%. Event halls have to close 100%. There was one other thing. Oh yeah, people cannot be. Oh, sorry, someone's calling me. Hang on. Sorry. One of the cool things about this watch, actually, is that I have it synced up to my phone, like via Bluetooth. So it tells me whenever I have a text message or a phone call coming in, which is sometimes very useful when my phone is in my bag and someone from work is trying to get me or something, and I can always pretend, oh, I wasn't wearing my watch if I don't want to respond in the moment. So yeah, that's cool, and I'll close that notification. So, I was saying, yeah, the last thing about this new regulation in Paris. Oh yeah, groups of people in France. It's called l'espace public, or like public spaces or shared spaces, which generally means like parks, gardens, and to a lesser extent like movie theaters and restaurants, are supposed to be limited to 10 people maximum in a group. They haven't said anything about residences, so if you invite, I don't know if they're saying like you can't have more than 10 people invited to your home at a time. I don't know if they've gone ahead, what is happening here, and said anything about that. But I don't know what's happening. There we go. But this is going to be, this is sending everybody into oh, here we go. This is one more step before the deluge. Avant mal déluge. La déluge? Le déluge. I don't remember. Après moi le déluge? I don't speak French anymore, do I? I don't know. I'll put it here after. But in any case, that's, this is kind of like everybody's final hurrah weekend, meaning like the weekend where you can still go to a bar, a socially distancing bar, and still like stay out until midnight or 1 a.m. Because after that, it's going to be a lot of drinking in people's houses. And we've also got a couple birthdays coming up in the group at the beginning of October, so that's going to be tricky to negotiate. I think we're just going to have to accept that this is the new normal for a while. I almost anticipate that the metro is going to have complications, or is going to have restrictions in the next couple of weeks. I kind of think movie theaters and swimming pools will be shut down pretty soon. Or like maybe even museums or any other places of like entertainment and non-essential visiting, maybe even some stores, I don't know, but that would be such a bad thing for the economy, because that's the reason we're not going into a second confinement right now, is the first one was so disastrous for the economy that the Prime Minister has really, really, really pushed against the idea of having another full one. And I think psychologically as well, I don't think people could handle it. At least last time it was March into May. So over the course of the confinement, it was getting warmer and sunnier and nicer. And now it's end of September. It's going to get colder and colder and grayer and darker earlier, and people are just going to be really unhappy. So I don't think we'll be literally confined to our homes like we were last time. But I think I think movement around Paris for non-essential things is going to be quite limited. And that's something that I have to do today as well. I have to go to my gym and cancel my membership. It's, oh, it's been a sticking point for a while because I really liked that gym. It's pretty easy to get to. It's like straight down the line from where I live, like 7 stops. They had really good Zumba classes that I really enjoyed going to. But one like really shady thing that I kind of can't forgive them for is um, they were closed for the same 2.5 months that we were all confined, and they still charged us membership fees, €30 a month, for not providing a service. And I initially was just like, well, if they need to keep the lights on until we can go back to working out, I'm willing to swallow that. But then I found out that pretty much every other gym system in Paris did not charge their members. So this was just like a kind of a cash grab thing. Very irresponsible, very selfish, I would say. And then on their Facebook page, every time I looked at it, there would be people screaming like, why have you charged me twice for the same thing? And there was never a response. So I think management is just really, really, really bad, irresponsible. And I think I just hit my limit. And then when they announced that gyms had to close again, I was like, well, if they're, again, not going to be providing it. And I haven't gone back, also. I haven't gone back since March because you have to wear a mask until you're actually working out. And when you're working out, you exhale more, so then there's more spread of germs. And it just never felt like a safe idea. And now that they're like fully closing again as of Monday, like there's just no reason for me to continue letting them take my money. So I have written up in French, it's called a lettre de résiliation, which is basically just like a resignation letter, I guess, kind of, to say like, I want to quit, because XYZ reasons. I don't want you to charge me for like a 2-month like processing period because you'll be closed. And then they'll stamp it and receive it, and then I'll probably take a picture of that just in case they try to charge me for October. And then have proof I can take to my bank and say like, reverse this payment, please, because I canceled with them and they shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Oh boy. This is a weird year. I don't know. I'm gonna go do some stuff. Oh hey, I'm back. I just got back a little while ago. Oh my god, it's been a lot of running around. I took out the recycling. I went to the post office because I was worried that with lettre de résiliation you have to send like a special kind of stamp on it, because I don't know if they had to send it to like a certain place. So I went to the post office and got like a special stamp, and then went to the gym. Actually didn't need the stamp, but I can still use it for like another like important letter, so it's fine. And canceled the subscription. I think it went pretty well. It only took about 5 minutes. I think the lady at the desk has been seeing a lot of those recently. She had like a piece of paper like all ready to go. I think a lot of people have been pulling out over the last couple of months. Poor thing. And then there was a guy that was like coming in not wearing a mask, and you have to wear a mask in all like enclosed spaces in Paris now. That's what you have to do. I can't say that it's the law because I don't think it was like legislated. But why am I itching my head? My hair was just in a ponytail. Ow. But this guy walked in not wearing a mask, like ranting about how like COVID isn't real, that everybody's just being a bitch because it was cold and rainy today, which like it hasn't been cold and rainy over the last 6 months consistently. So you're weird. And she and I are both just kind of glancing at each other like, oh my god. Oh my god. And he finally goes through the little turnstile thing to go work out or whatever. And I walked up to the desk and I was like, huh, looks like science doesn't actually exist after all. And I thought I'd said it in like quite a low voice, but he still kind of came back and he was like, what was that? And I was like, I wasn't talking to you. And then he kind of just goes like, and then kept walking. And I was just like, okay, no energy for crazies today. And then did the letter thing, walked out, have a tiny clip of me waiting for them to process my letter. So, goodbye, Jim. Goodbye, 500 meals. And menu that I never tasted. And then came back, went to the fruit and veg market, got some stuff, and then went to Monoprix and got, well, 4 bottles of wine, but one of them is just for me. 3 of them are wines that I have never tasted before, never even heard of before. Let me go get those. I've got a red Domaine Bousquet Malbec thing, naturally elegant wine. I think it's from Argentina. Yep, Argentina. I like the label. That's a cool little label. And I've got a rosé from Côte d'Ivoire, I think. La Vieille Ferme, the old farm. That's cute. I saw a lot of this brand in Monoprix by me. I think La Vieille Ferme is kind of one of the ones that's making the rounds right now. They had a lot of different like reds and whites and stuff. And then Alsace Gentil Hugel, which apparently is a white blend. And a blend is not very common in France. It's their only blended wine from this vineyard. And then there was a bunch of food that I got that would pair with it, like arugula, goat cheese, lemon, blackberries. I still have to get strawberries. Those are on the list. Dark chocolate. Anything else? Oh, walnuts. So like kind of snicky snacky, like things that you would imagine on a cheese board. So kind of excited to see what that goes into tomorrow. But now I've been running around and I'm gonna go out and meet some people for drinks in a few hours, maybe dinner. So I'm gonna shower and then might even take a little disco nap. What's my step count today? My step count is 6255, so I have a little bit more to be doing today. We'll figure it out. In any case, bye. Hi, sorry, I was listening to Mariah Carey. You know, emotions. Got the emotions pumping. Welcome to Saturday. The end of yesterday did not end up getting filmed. Whoops. When did I film last? Yesterday. I had just come back from all my errands and was putting away like all the wine tasting stuff, which is going to happen a little bit later tonight. And then I went out. We were trying to get like the group together to have like a couple drinks last night, and it just didn't end up happening. So I went out with Tori instead, and like had a good time. Caught the last train home. Slept in this morning, and now I'm getting ready to go out and see John and Kevin in a cafe, and we're gonna have kind of like a working hangout date. John has I'm not sure what he has to work on. He's got stuff to work on. Kevin is taking a theater class, like an acting class, so he's got some plays to read, and I have a lesson to plan, and then probably if I get that done, I'll work on my glossary. So being productive, woo, and kind of like cleaning up at the same time. Like my couch, unfortunately, has just become like a constant receptacle of clothes. When I decide I don't want to wear that shirt, I'll just, instead of putting it away, just kind of drop it on the couch. And it's like the place where I put clothes that aren't dirty, because dirty goes directly in the hamper. But it's just kind of become the receptacle. So I've been kind of, as I'm getting ready, also putting things away. Like every time I walk from like this side of the house to the bathroom, yonder, I will take like an item of clothing and put it away. And then as soon as I'm coming this way, I'll take something and put it away if it goes over here. So kind of like trying to be efficient. And I'm late to leave. That's fine. It wasn't like a super set time. But anyway, do I need anything else? I don't know. Oh, wait! Ugh. Look at all of these books! Look at all these books I have to find a home for. This is actually quite a heavy stack. This one I've already talked about. I bought this one actually on 4th of July, but it wasn't in a good place. It was like on top of a book pile. So I pulled it out so I could find a better home for it. And then, let's see. These 4 are ones that I bought for me. Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. Khaled Hosseini. I'm not sure how the Afghanistan pronunciation is. I read Kite Runner. It made me cry. This one I know is going to make me cry. Elena Ferrante, my brilliant friend, has gotten so many rave reviews, and I'm so late reading it. Americana, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Again, rave reviews. Haven't read it. Going to read it now. And then this one, Court of Miracles. It's kind of apparently a reimagining of Les Miserables if one of the French revolutions hadn't succeeded. The beautiful reimagining of Les Miserables tells the stories of your favorite characters and of what might have happened if the French Revolution had not come to pass. That. And then I have this one that is going to be a gift for Laurence. It's her birthday coming up. She read The Handmaid's Tale a little while ago and loved it. And I saw this, it's a sequel, in a bookshop, and I figured if she already has it, then it's for me. Two birds, one stone. But the next big task is I've got to finish up the couch here. There's not that much more to do. Have to make my bed, have to wash a couple dishes, have to organize. You've seen this before. You know me. I'm a little bit of a kitchen hoarder. So this is all like food that I've gathered up just over the course of the summer, I guess. And I need to like organize it a little bit better, make sure it doesn't like encumber the walking area. Need to take the recycling out as I go out. And then finally, the big mountain is this. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. And like the jackets on the table are kind of overrun because I've been doing laundry all morning. Ooh, look, underwear. Eek. Not very subtle. So a lot of the things that are like nearly dry are just hanging on chairs. And I've got something drying. Honestly, it's my underwear. I'm not going to hide this from you. But I've got it draped over my fan so that the air current will make it dry faster. And I've already dried 2 pairs of underwear that way that normally would have been still hanging on the rack. So cycling everything through a little bit faster. And I've got more hanging in my bathroom because I did 2 loads today, because why not? What else? I bought some new masks at Monoprix yesterday. Fabric masks. I don't like wearing the plastic ones because I just don't like the idea of inhaling like plastic particles all the time. It makes me uncomfortable. But the ones that I have, which I love so much, I love the design of them. But they have like the tie straps, and they're really difficult to put on in a hurry because you need to like have both hands free to tie them. So these are like plastic or cloth masks with the elastics, and they have like the bridge pinch, so you can like the little metal thing that you can pinch over your nose, so it's a little bit more secure. And I wanted to wear them today, but they're still wet because they're kind of like a thicker, protective, filtered material, which is good for saving people's lives. It means that for today, I've got to wear either a plastic mask, or I suppose I could wear one of the other, if I can find them. I could wear one of these tie masks. It's not the end of the world. I think I'll actually probably do that and then have this in my bag as a backup. Good. Okay, so welcome to my stream of consciousness, and I'm going to stop recording now so I can keep getting ready and head out. Bye.
Down at the bottom, you're going to smell a lot more of the prominent aromas, the very strong things. And then up at the very top of the glass, you're going to notice a little more of the subtle things that you weren't getting before and a little bit less. Okay.
Alright, we're about to officially taste our wines, even though we've already had a sip before. Ooh. That's what he told us to do. He's like, melting. They're like, sip it in and then just you can inhale it. Because then it goes up your nose.
It's very nice.
It's nice wine. It's like a blended white, which is not common in France.
What flavors can we pick out of this? Are we getting the green apple?
We've just coated our mouths with lemon. We're gonna try what it feels like. Oh my god, it is! It's so much sweeter!
Yeah.
What the what?
Much different.
Wait, it's the same. We're drinking the same thing. I don't taste any more sour. The sour is gone.
Like custards and cheeses and things like that.
Oh no. When I let it stay longer in my mouth, it tastes more sour again. We're supposed to be sniffing the rosé now. We've switched wines to rosé. And we're supposed to be figuring out what we smell. I can't smell anything? It's the wine. I'm gonna get close enough to it. I'm gonna like inhale it up my nose. Strawberry. Hey, that's why we have strawberry. See, now that he said strawberry,
Now you can actually smell the
now I smell
strawberry.
strawberry. Yeah. We were literally just saying, like, didn't smell anything, and then the second you said strawberry, we went, oh, strawberry!
I'm still blown away. My mind is blown by the first wine. Like, how can one wine taste so different depending on what you're eating it with? Never in my life have I noticed that before.
What do you guys call cilantro in the UK?
I have no idea what cilantro is.
Coriander. It's
Oh, it's
coriander.
coriander.
Cilantro's the Spanish word for it.
Ah, okay, coriander.
Yeah.
Like funkiness.
I'm recording. I just realized I've been recording the whole time.
Mega whoops.
I'm just looking at the ceiling. So we're down to the pairings again, which we've decided is our favorite part.
This is the most fun bit.
So we're supposed to do, I think it's probably just like chow with strawberry and then taste it.
You're pretty right. It's not super duper, but good enough. Still got a little bit of tartness.
These strawberries also taste different than they do like a couple months ago.
Oh yeah,
These are kind of like the summer strawberries.
It's not the season.
Like kind of the watery strawberries, but better than nothing. I was just like 3 different stores to find these damn strawberries. Not seasonal.
Absolute commitment to wine.
Worth it though, right?
Mm.
They're not bad. Someone's having a meltdown. That like old man laugh. Okay, wait.
It disappeared, right?
There's like almost no taste anymore.
Yeah.
Because you were saying like there's a really strawberry note to tasting the wine just on its own.
Yeah.
Then eating the strawberry, it's like
That's
like
fun.
drinking
It's
slightly
like drinking
tart
water.
water.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're just getting acidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were literally saying like it tastes like tart water. It's very strange. All right, so now we've just done lemon. And you've tasted it. I've
Yeah.
not tasted it yet. Here we go.
Go for it.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's like cotton candy.
Really nice.
The variations are on mute, but I'm like loving your reaction. You're like, it's so sweet.
That's genuine.
Yeah.
I just it's so it's like cotton candy. I'm sorry.
Like cotton candy and caramel.
Yeah. In full transparency, I'm filming our reactions at the same time, which is why I'm sometimes looking off screen. Hi, this is everyone. Hello, team. Oh man, they're all used to it. That is insanity.
Yeah. Really nice.
I've never known that this would happen before.
Caramel. We get just like
I had no idea it would change the. It does just taste like caramel.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
How about for these
Now we've gone to goat cheese.
like the
Goat's cheese, as you call it.
Goat's cheese.
Goat cheese. Sorry, I'm gonna see what that does.
the strawberry.
Have you tried it yet?
Mhm.
I guess when you have the goat cheese, what's that?
I'm here for that taste.
It's very like peachy. I'm getting peachy.
I'm getting honey again.
Yeah.
I find it really refreshing. I can get a little bit of the acidity.
That's crazy. I really want to try the goat cheese plus the strawberry.
Go for it.
Okay, well, he yelled at me the last time I wanted to combine before he was ready. Not yelled at me. Wait!
Yeah, I was going way ahead.
Getting competitive.
She knows what's coming.
Getting competitive in something that's not a game.
It's not even a game. I swear we've got a new hobby now. This needs to be. I haven't got a hobby, and I feel like this needs to become it.
Alright, so what I will say is like after tasting all of these other things, the arugula tastes a lot spicier than it did the first time. So it's having like a reverse effect on the other tastes.
I agree. I just tried to explain that to Maureen and I totally hashed it, but basically,
Frozen. Right. So now we moved on to the red, the last one that we're tasting today. And we're thinking, like, what have we been told to get that we haven't tasted yet. So we've got blackberries, walnuts, dark chocolate, and provolone that we've not tasted yet.
It's going to be amazing with the dark chocolate. I can't wait.
I think they're probably going to do chocolate last. Like a little like finisher. Make you wait, make you earn it.
Make you earn it.
This is so much fun.
Can't wait. I'm so excited.
So you've been like asked to taste the red now, and they were saying like, what do you smell? What do you taste or something? And we were like, not a lot. Like a little bit of wood, a little bit of blackberry, a little bit of raspberry, but not a lot. And we're like, do you taste kitchen spices, baking spices? And I was like, I can't tell if I actually smell nutmeg or if I'm thinking that I want to smell nutmeg. And they were like, well, do you have nutmeg in your kitchen? Go smell it. So I got like a little bottle of nutmeg, and then we both sniffed it and then tasted it, and it was just like, oh my god, it's so there. We're so suggestible. Honestly, my world has changed. I didn't realize.
My mind is blown.
I didn't realize how powerful. And now I'm on to like the nutmeg plus the walnut. Like, this is baklava plus wine.
My taste buds have never experienced this kind of.
I've completely forgotten how sweet walnuts are too. Also, they recommended like swirling this wine a lot because we have like a newer vintage from 2019 instead of 2018. So they told us to pour the wine out into a bottle and shake it.
Absolute game changer.
Can't believe it. We're gonna be shaking wines from now on in an Evian bottle. Okay, so to be honest, haven't filmed a lot of the last red white because my battery ran out. But
what an experience!
That was so much fun.
So much fun.
So we were saying like, if I had just been on my own, if I had just been on my own, I would have been so like respectful, calm, whatever, behaving in front of my parents. Having my girl with me, what a difference. We were being complete savages in like the best way possible. That was so much fun.
Oh, it was so
and
fun.
all that food.
And also, Kiara's basically got this whole palette.
Apparently I've got a palate.
Yeah, she's got a very good palette, a very strong palette. I feel like we found your calling.
Didn't
And we need
realize.
to do more wine tasting, and basically you need to become a wine connoisseur.
I think we're gonna have to go out to champagne country,
Yeah.
basically.
This is going to be our new hobby.
It's gonna be a thing. This is gonna be a weekend occasion. COVID be damned with social distancing and all, because we're not stupid. Yeah. But we're now gonna go head out and meet up with some people. Woo! We're wine drunk.
Yay!
We're not drunk. We're socially responsible. Okay, I'm gonna explain a little bit of context. My camera died about halfway through the red wine tasting things. I couldn't catch any more material. But I wanted to get your guys' parents' opinion of the wine tasting from last night. What did you think of it?
Very enlightening, actually.
I thought it was fun. It was very interesting to experience the chemistry of taste. But that sounds way more intellectual than it was, because it was approached in a very try this, try that, try this. What do you think? Paris, what do you think? New York, what do you think? And I thought it was all handled very nicely.
Yeah.
We got some pictures of the spread of the table, so I'll post that. And we kind of killed the red because you can't really go backwards.
Yeah, that was the same thing. I still have a little bit of the white and the rosé in the fridge, but the red we just capped it.
Yeah. And the chocolate's pretty well gone, because even though it says dark chocolate, our dark chocolate was not very dark, and for that I am grateful.
Yeah, I started with 52% dark chocolate, and then I found a 70 in my cabinet, so I broke that open just to compare, and it was a different experience.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What was the highest one? Was something like 89 or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 49 actually tastes rather sweet. It's almost like it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's creamy.
Yeah, because the one that I had was, it's in here, it's called a dessert chocolate bar, so it's not like a baking one. It's like one that you can just crack into and eat after a meal, and it won't make you super bitter in the mouth.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I'm just gobsmacked. I mean, look at about how a one world economy means that you could figure out how to do something like this
Yeah.
across two countries and several time zones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I was
fascinating.
I was honestly about to back out and just be like, it's at 8 p.m. on a Saturday. That's like prime going out time to like see my friends. But then I got the email of like the things that he'd prepared, and he said like he had cross-referenced so much to make sure that stuff would be available in Paris too. And I was like, well, I can't throw his hard work away, so I have to be there. And I'm actually really glad that I did it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the local liquor store having all the wines that they had, and you know, just knowing exactly where they are too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy. What was your favorite pairing? The wine plus a food. What was your favorite effect? The what?
I think what the very first time that we had wine, then eat a little bit of lemon and then drink the wine. I mean, that was the most pronounced difference.
Yeah, that was transformative.
The time that happened, and it knocked everything else into a, oh, so that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
That was the first one, and so that one sticks out the most.
Yeah,
what-
same.
The first one was it?
But it's the one that had that
Oh,
huge
difference.
difference.
Yeah.
I think the first food that we tasted was the apple. For the white, it was the Granny Smith apple, and then the lemon, and then the arugula, and then the goat cheese, and then goat cheese plus arugula plus lemon. All of that with the white. And then with the rosé, it was strawberry, lemon again, and what else?
We did arugula.
And we did arugula with it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I would say the arugula is my most the thing I never would have expected pairing wise.
Yeah. And then with the
I can't even believe I'm using the word pairing.
pairing.
Goat cheese, I think we did with the rosé too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. Because they were
The
quite
red one
similar, I
was
think.
walnuts.
And then the red was the provolone, walnuts and then provolone. And then it was supposed to be blackberries and chocolate, but we did chocolate and then blackberries.
Also, the shopping list was kind of in order.
Kind of, I guess. I guess so. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up here so I can get ready to go meet up with Laurence, but I'm gonna stay on the phone with them and keep chatting. Bye. See, here she is. We talked about some really depressing stuff. About sucky rainy weeks. But it was fine because we were together. And I've got my umbrella literally hanging off of my arm. So you know, Paris. Paris in autumn. Bleh. I'm now home. My hair is like crazy, frizzy, out of control. It's like, I don't know, can't explain it. I picked up a frozen pizza on my way home because I wanted to put some of the leftover arugula on top, making the most of my wine tasting food. And I put entirely too much arugula on top of this pizza, and by too much, I mean just the right amount. I'm so excited for this. How do I do? And half of it has fallen off. So good. It was like a pizza flavor that you don't really get in the U.S., but it's everywhere in France. Bolognese. So it's like got onion, ground beef, cheese, tomato sauce on it. It wouldn't be my first choice for a pizza normally, but I'm okay with it. Anyway, bon appetit. And because I'm eating some more of the arugula, I may have had to pour myself a glass of the rosé that was left. Ooh, look at this nice little glass of rosé. I haven't washed my wine glasses yet. They're in the sink. So I'm just drinking out of an old Nutella jar. Life hacks. I should go get that lemon. I think I still have some lemon too. Oh my god. Ryan, you have changed my world. How dare you?